Right, mate, we're back. What we had, 3 weeks off, 2 weeks off?
Yeah, 2 weeks into game.
2 weeks into game, yeah, and I think 2 or 3 weeks since our last one. So, yeah, I thought it was about time we did another. But I've got to be honest, mate, I'll be careful what I say here. I'll be careful what I say.
Please do.
I think we've both considered whether... Well, I'll just put it into a bit of context. Once... We've come across something, haven't we? We've come across something.
Something's been sent to us.
Yeah. We've had our thoughts and suspicions.
We've been on here.
Yeah, and I've said it about how I was being reffed and what was going on with our club, and what I think our referees was looking at us, and now we've had something's come across our lap, like you just said. That's clarified that what we've just said. So it's massively disappointing to read it, especially where it's come from.
Yeah,
So we've had our doubts now, haven't we, whether to continue or not. I just don't think it's. I'm not sure how long this has been going on for. I don't know if it's just like a recent thing, but this was before the Maidenhead game, before the Maidenhead game.
Yeah, we had to go into that game knowing we'd seen that. So
it was tough, that.
Which is a bit tough. So
knowing what you know and you're not allowed, you can't say anything. So like I say, once we get confirmation we're allowed to say it, we'll tell you exactly what the text was and who said it. But it's just wrong, isn't it, mate? It's just wrong.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's a bit of the reason as well why we haven't been on for 2 weeks.
Well, we had to obviously put it forward to the league. We've had to show that to the league, and the league have obviously will do whatever they need to do with that. But ironically, we've seen something not too dissimilar with the with the ref that's just been
Premier League ref.
Yeah, blasting. Premier League, blasting Liverpool. So it's probably not as strong as that, but it's to the same sort of effect, isn't it?
Yeah, it's just.
I think for me, from our point of view, is whatever you think of this, what we do here, or however you think our style of play, or whatever you want to look at when we play, that's fine. But what you can't do is ref us differently to different teams.
No.
And prejudge us based on that, unless you are allowed to.
No, because I think, like I say, I think people watch this, they can make out of this what they want, they can take away. I'll be honest, the reason we do this is to try and bring people to the sport and try and make.
Well, sorry, so I'll rephrase that. The reason you wanted to start this was to try and get a captive audience for people to discuss futsal, and we'd be open and honest in it. Whether people would like that, people wouldn't like us for doing it, was fine, but it was just something that wasn't there. No. How that's ended up may not have been, but
no, but it works. I'll tell you why it works, because I think the biggest cheer we got at Maidenhead was when you got booked, wasn't it? And that was the biggest cheer of the day by far. Whether they scored, we scored, so whatever we're doing does work. But like I say, people have to take it for what it is. I think when people know us and knows what we're like, we're all right guys. If you judge us just off this, then no, whatever. If that's how you want to judge us off this, some of this is to get people talking. Some of it's honest, and then other stuff. I try winding people up, but it is what it is. I probably wound the wrong person up, I think. But I think they watch the show, so if they would like a conversation about it, I'd absolutely love one.
Yeah, but you've been told to not.
I've been told to not and keep out of it, so I am doing. But I won't forever.
No.
I will get you. Once it's been sorted, we'll be having the conversation.
Yeah.
I think a lot of it's come from, I think a lot of it stemmed from that, not blaming Bolton here, that clip online where Reece shoulder charges, what's their player called? I forget his name.
Oscar Lucas.
Oscar Lucas. Which is fine. When I watch the clip back, I just think, oh my God, yeah, it's a bad one, that.
Yeah.
So even I'm saying it's a bad one, you know. But that comes from, I'll tell you where all this stems from, my years of going on about the block. And I could probably show you now 10 instances where the block's horrendous and they just either run straight into our player or the dodging and weaving to stop him going forward, which again is ridiculous. So our players now, with my probably assistance help of now just if someone's running that way at full speed to stop a block and dodging and weaving, and our players running that way at full speed to get to the ball, there's just going to be a natural collision. That one wasn't a great example.
Well, that's wrong. The one that was put on Twitter was, we don't condone that. And
and I think to back Reece up, I think we've been hit that many times by players just nailing us that it's just. And I do ask the ref, and I ask him. That's fine. And generally, it all ends in one of our players flattening someone else, and then it ends the blocks, which I don't want it to be. Just do it. Again, I'm boring about blocks, but that's where it's come from. Do it properly or don't do it. And it needs to look somewhat like the basketball pick and roll.
Okay.
That's what it needs to look like. But so apologies to Bolton, that shouldn't have happened. I think Reece has preempted him coming in to flatten him, and he hasn't, and Reece has already gone to flatten him.
Yeah.
And so sorry, that wasn't meant to be. Like I said, we don't just say to players, go steamroll and knock everybody over. But on the other hand, if someone's running towards you and you just stand there and get flattened yourself, that again, I don't condone that either. So I'm not quite sure what the answer is here.
Yeah.
Whether referees or clubs, whether the referees could come on and just actually show us what a block is. Because if you did it in football, it'd just be a free kick every time. I think you've seen what a clip online, with the referees moaning. But again, in football, if you did a block and just ran straight at the right back and flattened him, so the winger could run round,
this is the ref watch, I think they call it, on Sky Sports with Dermot Gallagher and Stephen Warnock, and he's absolutely amazed. Dermot Gallagher does not see this as a penalty. I think you've got a Leicester player going one way and another player, I can't think who it is, running forwards, and he hits him, and he's saying it's a blatant pen. And he's going, no, it's an actual collision. He said, how could it be an actual collision when one player's moving left and one's moving forward? Like, he's trying to get out, he's trying to evade his space, and he's running straight through into it. And Derek Gallagher's not having it. I think the consensus around everyone's looking at it, it's just another ref protecting his other refs, rather than just going, yeah, he's got it wrong.
It is what it is. The blocks, everyone can make their own mind up. What's a block? What's not a block?
But there's other things as well. There's other things which have so much just come up today. Which again, I'm going to have to ask the league reasoning behind this, because something just doesn't seem right. And obviously, the people involved don't. Probably this might be the first time they know. I don't think it is, because other people have mentioned stuff to us which makes out that this is maybe known by more than just us. So we obviously had a big thing about the game against Derby on here, and I think he was quite critical of Peter's.
It was constructive criticism.
Performance, performance on the day, not necessarily him as a referee or.
No.
So Peter then went to do his UEFA or FIFA duties. First game back, what games he appointed to? Us. So we didn't think that was right on us, nor Peter.
No.
So we put it to the league that, could this be changed? Let's just have a bit of breathing space before it's Peter's first game back in the NFS. Does he really need to be reffing us? Okay, so we managed to get that changed. Next game, first ref appointed, bang, Peter again. So I'll need to ask why. We're going to have Peter at some point, and we've got no problem with Peter reffing us.
No.
But again, with everything going on, I may have got this completely wrong. It's either Peter wanting us or someone wanting us to have Peter, because it's repeatedly the same appointment, which again, what's the reasoning behind it? Is it because he's our best referee and our game is the most important game of the day? Is it due to... I don't know.
I don't know. It's odd.
It's
very odd.
Two games, and it's been, so I'll have to ask the question. Don't think it'll get changed this time, because we put our thing last time and we said we need some breathing space again for us or Peter, and then next game, bang, first one. So we'll have to put that. That's just happened today, so I haven't even had a chance to speak to anyone about that. But again, it's just like when you start adding it all up, is there conspiracy theory going on or
Well,
not.
you put that next to that thing we read, and then you suddenly think, I don't know, like I say, it might be miles off here. It might be miles off. I know I'm not miles off of that text because you can't deny that because it's right in front of us.
Yeah, yeah.
The rest now, I'm building a case around it. I don't know. I don't know. Something doesn't seem right to me.
No.
Something doesn't seem right, and generally when it's not, there's something wrong, and they because I say, not moaned about any of the results so far this year. I've moaned about some of the decisions.
Which were big moments in the game, which could have swayed the result.
So but like I said,
but ultimately,
if that's what it is, and we're getting penalised because I speak my mind on here about refs, then I don't know, mate. I think we do well for the sport, and we bring a bit of.
Well, the problem is we've had how many games?
4, including the cup.
Okay, so first game. Did you praise the refs or?
I scored them highly, 95. Even though the couple of things I didn't happy, but basically,
Next game, obviously, was the Peter game. The one after that,
both scored high. Bolton both scored high.
Yeah, again, praised them on that. It's not a referee blasting. We might highlight some moments in games.
Well, I'll be honest. I scored this one low against Maidenhead. If you don't know, we lost 6-2. But I scored one of them 80 and one 70, 75. And I scored him 70 or 75 because he turned up at 20-1 for a 1 o'clock kickoff. So, no. But the excuse was he comes from, well, you know what it is. He comes from Norwich. Well, anyone can look anywhere, can't they? Yeah. He comes from Norwich and he got stuck on the M25. I come from Hull and I got there an hour early.
We was there before Maidenhead.
Yeah. So, I'm not buying that. You just got there late because you got there late. You didn't set off in time. Unless it was a major crash. But if you got to the M25 and didn't realise there'd be traffic on it, then there's something matter with you. Because it's the busiest road in England, isn't it?
Yeah,
so if you're rocking up at 20-1 for a 1 o'clock kickoff referee, no, mate, not having it. Not having it. You'd never see it in the Premier League, so why do we get it here? You should be planning to get there for like 11 o'clock or half 11, like we did.
Chilling out a bit, yeah.
Having a chat with the teams and all that. So, yeah, that's the only reason I scored them low. There's a couple of other incidents. Should we talk about the game now?
Yeah, let's talk about Maidenhead.
So we lost 6-2. This might sound harsh on Maidenhead, but my initial thoughts of Maidenhead was they're nowhere near. Does that sound bad?
What did you say, initial thoughts before the game?
Before the game, I thought it was going to be decent.
Yeah.
After the game, I just thought, you're nowhere near. I can only judge them against Bolton. Nowhere near Bolton. Nowhere near. I come out of that game thinking, oh God, we've let one go here again. Although the scoreline says 6-2, probably 5 out of the 6 goals from us was shocking again, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Just individual mistakes, just poor individual mistakes, which I can't. It's tough, but I didn't think they did a lot. Maybe because they didn't have to, I don't know, but I didn't think much to them. We again scored 2. Missed big goals at big times, though. We missed 2 1-on-1s. Missed a 10-metre penalty.
1-0 down, and then we had 2 chances right in front of goal, I believe.
Instantly, we had 2-1. Instantly, we bombed them all.
Then went 2-0, and then it was again.
And then we got to 2-1.
Yeah.
Then we let us. Well, 3-1. We was on 5 fouls again. I will say as well, we are the most foul. When you add it up, we are the most foul team in the league. Considering we're horrible, teams are probably afraid of us. We are the most foul team.
Yeah.
Which indicates to me nobody cares who we are. They're just fouling us.
Yeah.
So 5th foul again. Skelly gets us. 10 metres out, gets a pull on his shirt, goes down. Nothing given. The kid walks through and scores. It's like, well, why else would he go down if they want the shirt pull? What reason would there be?
Suppose you have to see it.
Not enough. People can watch it. Not enough for a foul. If that ain't on 5 fouls, that's a definite foul. But we're going 3-1 down. We come out again. A couple of big chances. Bomb them. I think then we go 4-1 down. We get back to 4-2.
Yeah.
Then concede a stinker. miss a 10-metre penalty.
Yeah.
And then I think they'll concede one, and Skelly tries something magical, doesn't he? And he tries to break out. He just, again, if we're winning that game, he doesn't try that, does he? But he had to try something with 30 seconds to go, whatever it was.
Yeah.
So we got beat 6-2. But I've got to say, I did not. Looking at what we've played so far, I don't know what you thought to him, but he was obviously playing against them. But I didn't think much. But I think we come out of that game. How many bookings did we get in that game?
2.
And I think we only committed probably 4 fouls in the full game.
Matt, I got another one.
You got one.
Another dissent.
All right. Again, you get just a bit of context again with it. So first half, it's our players. No, their players running up the line. Kicks the ball into our player who's got his arm by his side.
It's me.
It's you, innit?
It's me again.
Kicks the ball into you.
I'll put the clip on, but again, I don't just put the clip on because it's me. Just for some reason, it always just ends up being me.
But your arm's down by your side, so I can't see how.
So I'll go all Gary Neville here. So
go for it.
So they play the ball down the line. You might not see it. It's on the far side of the camera where the JOYMO was. Not the JOYMO. That one on, was it?
We'll get to that.
The GoPro. So. They plays the ball down the line, and I twist my shoulder. That hits my arm here. So, for me, if you're twisting your shoulder, that is...
Is your arm away from your body or something?
It's tucked in.
Is it in a natural position?
But I think if you twist your shoulder, you're making yourself smaller. You're not making yourself bigger.
So, because your body's...
So if it hits me...
If your arm's sucked in, what more? You can't get your arm out of the way.
I know, which is fine. But I was making myself smaller. It just kicked it at me. There's nothing I could have done. Didn't gain advantage. It went straight back. I don't. It was like, okay, if you give it that as handball, give it in my arm. Yeah, you're right, handball then. Okay.
Yeah. Well, then right in front of us, somebody plays the ball.
Me?
Is it you? Play the ball.
Well, I tried the little flick with the outside of my right, little flick, like a little parallel above Harry Tozer's sort of hip.
Yeah.
Hits his arm.
Hits his arm. Again, I think his arm's all right, tucked in.
Yeah.
Exactly the same as yours. It then goes towards goal. He gets his shot away. We save it, and it goes for a corner. And we're like, ref,
it's handball.
You've given that one. It's exactly the same. And then he goes, right, no, bang. And you come across, ref, what booked?
Well, I said, ref, that's exactly the same as mine. Before I even got to finish, bang, yellow card.
Yellow card.
So, but his reasoning was, if he scored, it wouldn't have counted. All right, so if he squared and passed it and he scored, it would have counted.
It's a goal because he said it's accidental.
I'm talking about you give a foul for that in the first half, and you have this half. I personally think.
I don't think either was handball.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I'd say none. If you're giving one, you have to give the other. If that's your stance on handballs, you've got to give them. If your stance is, it's not. But you can't. If you give one and give the other, oh God, you're asking for it. But then again, then you get the biggest cheer of the day when you get booked for that, and everyone's.
I just went to my knees at that point, especially because we've got that message in the morning.
I know.
And I'm thinking, I'm just thinking, everyone's against us here. Everyone hates us. Do you know what I mean? Everyone's against us, and it's just like I was on my knees. I just like, oh, this.
Well, I think you'll come off, didn't you?
Yeah, I just said that.
They are killing it. Like I say, we've had. I don't know. We get quite a lot of bookings. We seem to get more bookings for dissent than out else by just asking a question. Well, I know you can't if the ref is saying you can't, but then I see other people doing it and don't get booked. So, again, if you're booking people for asking questions, do it. Yeah, but don't just book one team, because then that looks like there's some agenda against us.
We'll probably have the worst disciplinary record, and the majority will be dissent. And the majority of the ones that have for dissent will be either for ones where we believe the ref got it wrong, or the ref has actually apologised and said, I've got that wrong.
Yeah.
And that's the problem. So the frustration's there in terms of decisions are wrong, and we're getting booked because.
But I hear how other people speak to the referees on the pitch, opposition teams. I've heard the swearing and all that going on. I'm not getting booked, which I never say out to them.
No.
Because then I'd get booked for going, well, you're asking for a booking. Yeah. I'm not, mate. I'm just. Just. If you're reffing like that and you're happy with that sort of language, that's fine. But then you can't have it both ways. And that's what's doing me head. But it did kill us that we just read that text before the game.
Yeah.
And then it's.
We're now questioning every decision, aren't we now?
Yeah, because I don't know. we're in the unknown now. Yeah. Did we get done against Derby? I don't know. Can't blame the Bolton Monks. We've got battered against them, but whatever. Hartpury, did that cost us? Don't know.
Yeah.
We'll never know.
Well, don't know. I don't know what the league do with it, but obviously they'll look into it and we'll see. But yeah,
like I say, I thought the game was all right. I thought we played all right. Again, it come down to we couldn't finish and we had some proper chances, didn't we? And we conceded some shockers.
Yeah.
So I don't think we're massively far off it.
No, again, we competed. That's all we can ask for at this stage.
Yeah, we competed. It was all right.
Footballers learning the game and all that.
But if they stick together this lot, I think we'll be all right.
Yeah.
If you can keep the people, if you keep,
I said in the change room, didn't I? I can sense some people are already like, I'm not in for the fight, and they'll bottle it, clear it off, never see him again, and it'll be because they're crap, not because I ain't stepped up. It's they're crap. So we've got this week Bloomsbury this week. Don't know what's happening with them. We sent an email Monday morning, didn't we? It's now Tuesday tea time, and heard a thing. I know they're all busy and difficult, but this is what I struggle with. This is when I struggle with it. I read a text like that and you don't get an email just saying, yeah, we'll be there at so time, this is my kit colours. That's all you have to respond. Yeah. Can't do it. Can't be bothered. Right, mate, so JOYMO, which is getting on my wick now, this JOYMO thing. I think teams cannot be bothered and are putting zero effort into doing it. If teams don't want to do it, that's fine. But I think they need to be honest now and just put their hands up and saying, not doing it. Not giving these excuses of, couldn't get on signal, blah-de-blah-de-blah, blah-blah-blah. It's just, if you're not doing it, you're not doing it. But at least we know, we can tell because we're trying to get subscribers now. Yeah.
So we can tell people, don't bother.
Yeah.
Because it's a waste of time. And I'll name and shame Maidenhead. I don't think they tried at all to stream it. I think you had a GoPro, which you filmed the game pretty well. I've watched it back. So that was good. I don't think there was any attempts. I might be wrong. If there was.
Well, we was in there quite often, weren't we? And I spoke to Rich yesterday, actually, and he said he couldn't get it working, but I've seen people trying to get it working and there's people panicking, running around, what's going on? You ring Chris. I didn't see any of that, but...
Actually,
it's just disappointing because that was the morning I sent it to all our kids to subscribe, and our kids subscribed and it just wasn't there. I sent them all the poster. So it was disappointing, but...
I've no problem. If teams don't want to do it, I don't care.
Yeah, which is fine.
Don't do it. But have the bollocks to say you're not going to do it and don't just hide behind the fact, oh, this don't work, this don't work. You've had enough time now. What are we in now? November? So we've known about it since September. So you've had 2 months to get it working. You watch hours about work now on Sunday, but if it done, it done.
Well,
it's not for lack of trying.
If I was at work, I've been on this for 6 weeks. I've been trialling all different kit, microphones. I've got a Hull City's official Hull City's official commentator coming down to commentate on the game. I've got a co-commentator who was one of our second team players who knows the player's name. I've done a full script for the commentator on Bloomsbury, their players, the stats for the season. I've done everything I can to make this fair stream we're doing the best we can. I've struggled with the Wi-Fi there, using one system. I've managed to get it used in another. If it doesn't work because of Wi-Fi, it will not be through the lack of trying. I put a brand new tripod.
We want this to work. You see the effort we're putting in. Like I say, we put massive amounts of effort in, and we're trying to. I keep coming back to that text, mate, but this is where I keep going. We put so much effort into this.
Yeah.
And the surrounding futsal, everything that builds up to the first team.
Yeah.
And to receive stuff like that, like I say, we just bought another set of goals, and this must be what, the seventh, eighth?
£1,000, another
£1,000. Must be what, seventh, eighth?
Seventh, yeah. Seven set of goals.
So seven grand plus we've spent on goals now, and we're trying.
Yeah.
We're trying to get to make it right, this sport, and these little videos we do. Again, it's just to promote the sport and get people talking. Can you get people outside of futsal actually caring about the sport, which we need?
Yeah.
So so other people either just need to say, yeah, you're doing it, or no, you're not. No more adding. I don't think it's helping the sport at all. If like I say, do it, don't do it.
Yeah.
I don't care. But at least we can tell our kids don't bother watching because they're not doing it.
Yeah. Well, we've got our kids subscribing now, so basically anyone that subscribes gets a free goodie bag up to a similar value. So it's essentially free for them, but they're paying the money and it's costing us. So, but it's sort of a way how I think we can get subscribers. So we'll see.
Yeah,
we haven't streamed one yet. It's our first one, so
but it's like I say, it might all be a washout, but it won't be a washout because we don't want it to be. We're getting this guy into the commentary, so we're trying to make it as best as we can. So hopefully we'll try and put on a show as well when Bloomsbury come, if they actually respond. I don't even know if they're coming yet, do we? Might not turn up. Might be a Sunday League game where they don't turn up.
No.
I don't know.
No.
Hopefully, though.
But yeah, in terms of trying to get people outside the sport, a couple of things. So we did our kids' version of this.
Yep.
So I think the kids loved it. So that was, I think we spoke about it before, but essentially, the men's team is probably only 20% of what we do in terms of time and effort. What we put in, the other 80%, maybe more actually, is around our youth system and bringing players through. And I think if they ever watch this, they'd just be bored to death, never watch it.
Yeah.
So we thought, well, there's an audience there, because I know there is, because the TikToks and stuff we've put on, it's all our players liking the videos, and when you go to training, they suddenly talk about the TikToks, and then their mates are following it and stuff like that. So I knew there was an audience there, so I thought, let's do some kids. And then you spoke about getting someone else to host it, one of the kids, and it went down really well. We've got similar views to that than what we did here. So it's like 350 views, 400 views. So we've got an audience of 400 watching this rubbish and 400 watching that. We've suddenly got 800 people watching us out there.
And there are footballers out there. None of them just play futsal, do they? So hopefully they'll tell their friends and they might watch it, and then you never know where it might lead to. They might actually just watch a game one day, you don't know.
Yeah.
So we're trying to do everything. I think it worked well, didn't it? The kid, bit nervous, the lad one. He was only 15, isn't he? He did well. I thought he did really well.
Yeah, he did.
He did well. So again, just something else. Have we got a budget for all these videos? No, we ain't got a budget though.
No budget.
I don't know how we're doing it.
No.
So I don't know how we're doing it. Speaking of budgets,
Go on.
England.
Oh yeah.
England under 19s.
Yeah.
So they're back up and running, aren't they?
Yeah.
As we found out on Twitter, not via the England manager. So we saw a few photos on Twitter, didn't we? Again, Skelly wasn't in the squad for whatever reason.
No.
Or not in the training squad. He wasn't in the training squad.
Yeah.
I think he had 20 odd there, didn't he? And Skelly didn't make the 20. He wanted to look at other things.
Yeah.
And then he's doing another one in January the 2nd and 3rd, I think, something like that, or 2nd and 4th, I think it is. So anyone else watching the under-19s, I'll tell you, because they probably won't. There's one on January the 2nd and January the 4th. Skelly's been invited to that one. Where we go with it, I don't know. The only bad thing, you've got to pay for these. You've got to.
Well, I paid for Skelly's.
We've paid it as a club, haven't we?
Yeah, we paid it.
I think it's £100 a day, isn't it?
No, it's not.
Is it just £100?
Yeah, it's
so
£100.
£50 a day. So we've funded that for him. So hopefully, I don't know. They might just.
Well, I think
hopefully there's enough.
Well, I asked because obviously there's people there that I know, and people were messaging me going, "Why's Skelly not down here today?" So I was like, "Mate, I know nothing about it." So obviously I had to ask the question, why the omission, etc. But especially when I'm finding out there's tier 3 players involved, a lot of tier 2 players involved. When last season, the reason I was told he wasn't involved is because you need to be around tier 1.
Yeah.
Whether that was playing in tier 1 or training with a tier 1 team. That was the exact words, probably word for word, that I was told. So we had to make a decision. Do we push him to someone like Loughborough? Go learn some futsal elsewhere, play in tier 1. Goodbye, Skelly. Thank you for everything. Please come back with some England caps in a few years. Skelly sort of said, well, I'd rather try and get us promoted. So, so we did that. He, off his own right, won Tier 2 Young Player of the Year. Got us into Tier 1, playing Tier 1, starting in Tier 1, scoring in Tier 1, playing well in Tier 1. I don't think there'll be any young player playing more, the way our squad's built and the squad numbers we have, playing more than him in Tier 1. And
competing in Tier 1.
And competing in Tier 1. So he's still not he's still not done enough.
No.
Now, my question was, if he's not good enough, just say he's not good enough. That I can accept that. But I'm seeing the reasons I was given last season, not the reasons for this season. And that's where I struggle. Because last season, I couldn't do anything about that. You have to be in Tier 1. You have to be playing in Tier 1. So I look at all the York players. You had to be playing in Tier 1. Okay, I can't argue with that. He's not in Tier 1. Okay, so what's your argument now? Because he's in Tier 1. So the goalpost seems to have changed. But he's got an opportunity. I just hope when he goes down there, it's the same players that have been advertised as England players that are there. Or is it everyone else, a final look at everyone else? If it's just a final look at everyone else, then I don't know. It might just be.
Thanks for your money.
Yeah, it might be one of them.
I hope not. I hope not.
Which, to be fair, if it's advertised as come get involved in England training camp, it costs £50 per day, top level coaching, you learn this, it's a great day, a bit like a summer camp or something like that, that's fine. I suggested doing that with under 10s, 12s, 14s, 16s. You pay good money, get involved. But if it's a carrot's being dangled there, that you've got a chance of being selected, which, to be fair, it hasn't. But if it's advertised as that, and then it doesn't, when you turn up, it's like, oh, no, I'm not. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? So
I think you'll, well, if you get there, because I think the game's starting March shortly.
Yeah.
So he's not going to waste an opportunity. So if this England camp comes up in January,
yeah,
which it is, he will have his, well, I'm 100% confident he's got his starting 12 in that squad there.
Yeah.
If he hasn't, so if the likes of I won't say the name, but two lads starting at Bolton who are in the England under 19s, if them two aren't there, then these lads have got no chance.
No.
Because why would you miss an opportunity?
Yeah.
Because you don't get many to coach your actual squad.
Yeah, yeah.
So I'm hoping that the decent players are there, and he hasn't just done this as a money-making exercise. That's my biggest fear. It's
just that false hope. That'd be what crippled me. And I think you touched on this. So I was basically, I got a voice note back, which I was very grateful of. It explained quite a few things, not everything, but it's good. And I think your issue was around the communication. And I was a bit like, well, it's a selection process, Dave. It's tough. I think you come back with, which is where I can argue. It's like, yeah, but these are kids. It needs to be a bit more. This is where you're at. This is, do you know what I mean? Rather than the unknown and seeing things appear on Twitter.
I think it was cruel. When he, because he's saying I can't stop people. I didn't advertise it. Which, why wouldn't you? You should be celebrating. We've got an England under-19 team, not hiding the facts. All right, these are the select few, the ones who I haven't picked. He must have, I don't know, 40 kids probably in mind to play in this 12. He probably knows he's 12 now, to be fair. But I just think if you're inviting 25 down to that camp, just send an email to the other 15 saying, look, this is the situation. You're not in this one. You might be in any future plans. Don't read anything into it. And that's all he needed to send.
Yeah.
But it chose not to, for whatever reason. And again, some of these kids might be 16, 17, 18.
Yeah, yeah.
But so if you're 16 or 17, treating kids like that, I just think, just something massively wrong. When you don't want to send a 16-year-old kid an email to saying, this is the plans, this is the order, just something. Because we had to all find out on social media, didn't we, or people texting us. We had no clue that England.
Well, until I got a message saying, why Skelly? I was like, I didn't know anything about it.
And I think I've read Skelly's email back, what he sent him before, and he said, we'd be in touch. Well, you never got in touch. We had to get in touch with you again. And then you responded. Fair play, you responded. But why don't you just...
I think for me, I think it just needs a bit better communication. I don't think it should come from Sean himself. He needs someone just to update players. This is the camp. You're not being selected. there's another one, you may be involved with that. I'm watching your games, I thought you did well in this one, blah, blah, blah. Thank you. At least you got something.
I think there should be an announcement, though. It should be a massive
announcement for what?
Just say, look, we're having an England squad, and this is the players I've picked this time, or an England training camp. These are the players I've picked. Because if you're a parent, you want to be proud as.
The only thing I'd say to that is,
proud.
the only thing to say is that also sparks questions. Why am I not?
But so that's not out anyway.
Yeah, no, but I think the communication side is communicate first, then do that.
Yeah. So send his emails out to the squad. Send his emails out for the ones who aren't quite making it.
And
then a week later,
then everyone knows.
Announce it.
Yeah.
So there's a list on, and everyone could be proud as punch. Parents can have it.
It is tough
because they're seeing kids in England shirts.
But it is tough, and I know this is not England shirts, but even selecting kids to play in our league, I'm getting questions why I want it selected. And it's like I can tell you that the player's not at that level if you want me to, or do you know what I mean? But generally, it's that's generally it. So it is really tough conversations at times, but I think it's just when you're in limbo and you're finding out other stuff.
I think it's the worst place to be. You'd rather just be told, oh, the parents told or whatever. I'm sorry, it's not quite there yet.
Yeah. Which is fine, but that's what I think that was one of my words. But I've not been told that yet. That was my words. I've not been told it's not good enough. If it's not good enough, it's not good enough. But I've just not been told that yet. I've since been told there's players in front of him, which we always knew. We've never said he's the best player. We've said. No. But we see players in there where I'd go, would you take him over him? And you'd go, no.
But and everyone's different. And at the end of the day, it's Kitson's team, and he can pick the 12 he wants with 2 keepers. It's 12 and 2 keepers, something like that. Whatever he picks, whoever he goes with, that's fine. But to sit and if he can't get in your initial 25, I'm smelling a rat because he's. And you're still looking at tier 3 players. No. I don't care if they're left-footed, right-footed, whatever they are. No. They're playing tier 3 for a reason. And if they're playing tier 3, you shouldn't be anywhere near an international squad.
It's hard to judge players in tier 3, isn't it? It's really hard.
But then you'll bring him into a training squad, and again, it's just like a training.
I think that was another thing, training. I've seen this going through football, in my 25 years of playing football. Now, at times I turn up at training, welders, Monday to Friday players, turn up to a game. Who's this kid? Can't do it.
Yeah.
You can't go off training.
No.
It's games.
Everyone's different, aren't they, in training? Some take it serious, some are 100 mile an hour, others are just.
I can never get motivated.
Others are 50% because it don't mean anything, it's just training. So everyone's different, isn't it?
Yeah.
But you need to see them in games, don't you? Competitive games.
Live as well. I don't mean Skelly, you need to see people in the flesh.
Yeah. But again,
if you just look at it, does he keep the ball? That's not a player. A player is. Does he look determined? Is he motivating his team?
But it's hard. Again, it's hard to watch him just on. Again, he'll say watching it off a video, but just watching someone off a video, you go off screen, you don't know what they're doing. You know, you've been scouting, haven't you? When you're just watching a player, or you've gone to scout that player, you'll just be watching that player everywhere he moves on the pitch. You're not interested where the ball goes, if it's going in the net,
when he goes off the pitch,
what score it is. You're just watching him. What's he doing all the time?
Yeah.
So I don't believe Skelly's ever had that, and I don't probably know other players had that. But he's got a chance. He's got a chance in January.
Let's go and enjoy it.
Yeah.
I'm up against Skelly on Thursday. 7-a-side national finals or something. My college against his college. So he's already said he's going to smash us. So.
We'll see.
So
don't injure him.
So that's that. The other thing. So I don't know how we ended up going on to that, but the other thing is. The other thing is I said I'd do a review on the Manchester documentary, City of Champions. Okay, so...
okay.
Do you want to go first? Have you watched it anyway?
I've only watched one.
Okay.
You go.
Oh, no. Right, okay, so... so I enjoyed it. I know it was a big thing. It was at pictures and stuff like that. It looked a great event, and it's really good to document that. I think my personal review is, I think the biggest problem was there wasn't enough game footage. I don't know whether that was a restriction because it's UEFA or I don't know, but whenever I watch what was it called? The ones on Netflix. The ones on Netflix, anyway. Can't think what they're called. It was always about the build-up, and then the game started, and then the intensity came in, and then, especially the Sunderland Till I Die one and stuff like that, and it's like, you want to know what's going on. I watched all the American football ones, and it was all about the build-up to that game. I just don't think there was enough game footage for me. I thought the last one, when they started putting in all the hip-hop music and things like that, that was like, oh yeah, this is... I'm a bit of a hip-hop fan, to be fair. But when all that music started coming in, that was like, yeah, this is building up now to what... And I don't know whether she was learning more as she went, but the third one definitely seemed a lot better edited, and there was more moments and memories. Speaking of memories, all I can picture is I was going to get you to walk past in your boxers like Jan Crummins. That's all I can picture. Jan Crummins into that ice bath. But yeah, so it's put me off track now. I can't get out of my head. But yeah, so for effort, 10 out of 10, fair play. As an honest review, I'd probably give it a 7.8 out of 10. Ooh. In terms of, I reckon if she does that all season, Manchester become the new LDN. It's if you can commit to that in terms of game day. I think they've got everything. They're the best club. I think that's what it needs, and that was a great first little project. But we need that every week, and I think her editing and it, like LDN do it. It doesn't need to be like we do this, try get it out in 3 days. It might be it comes out 4 weeks later, but it's done, and she's got the ability to do it. So as a first effort, yeah, 10 out of 10 for effort. I'd probably go 7.8, close to an 8 for the actual full.
Is she going to take our title off us?
Well, that's it. Got to keep it up. At least we're doing this every week.
Yeah, I watched the first one. I didn't watch anymore.
What is it you struggle with? Is it the interaction with players? I think it's a different era for you. I think the players are too young. I think it's like I watched one where they're in a car in a Tesla and they're reviewing it, and it's just like, oh, this is not me. Like it's too. I think
I need some like reason to watch it.
Yeah.
And my reason to watch it was I just want to see what's going on. And I watched the first one. I thought, there weren't enough, like I don't know, like controversial moments or like that in it where I've just thought, oh, this is.
Like the changing room? Did you see where Sam's in the changing room or like that?
In the first one.
Yeah, was it? Yeah.
Yeah, it was nice.
It's all nice and icy.
It's like produced by Disney, wasn't it? It was just nice. It was, like I say, her editing skills. The video that I was actually put together was superb.
Yeah.
Her editing skills, so good. So the actual but the content of it was just a bit blah. Sorry.
Yeah.
I feel bad for saying that, but there wasn't enough there for me. Well, there wasn't enough there for me to watch the next one.
No.
And I feel bad because she's put a lot of effort into it.
I know what you mean. From the first to the second, I was a bit like that. But by the time I watched the third one, that flipped my mind completely. And I like I say, some of the stuff in the third one, I just thought it's like. Oh,
I think people want to see the what's going on behind the scenes, don't they? The changing room areas, what's being said, how.
Well, there was a lot of that.
What?
There was a lot of that, but I think at times there was too much of that.
Right.
Like there was about 10 minutes in an ice bath, and it's like I don't need to see Jordan Edge hanging out of an ice bath, or Jan Crummins walking past in his boxers. Like I just like that. Do you know what I mean? It's. I want to see arguments. I want to see people getting at each other. I want to, but that might not. But at Manchester, do you know what I mean? But you know, in our change room, in our change room.
Shame we didn't have a camera on the Loughborough one on it last year.
Oh,
that Loughborough was a good one.
Yeah, but that's it. But I don't know. Not every club's us, but I just think they've got a massive opportunity there with Becca and the position they're in, the players they've got, the professionalism, the venue they've got to take this to the next level. But
I think you've got to find out what people want and what people want to watch and what people want to see.
And people that are watching this, we know we've got a captive audience of about 300 people that want to see this, but we also know there's probably another 300 that will not watch it to save their life.
No. But I think once you found out the secret of what people want to watch, what do you want to see, and then you can make it happen. You can manipulate that into a storyline or whether she's doing it to make it happen. Yeah. And I think that's what they need.
Yeah. But imagine them. So I see it as Manchester, they should win the title. So you're going to get a story of someone winning a title, which is massive. But you know what's a bigger story? If they don't. And the fallouts. And if you don't, you'll probably get more viewers because people love people love a loser. People love watching us lose.
Yeah, yeah.
But unfortunately, that is an audience.
No,
I said it to Jamie Shaw, actually. I went, in T2, you'll lose some games. Well, they might not with the players of sound, but you'll probably lose some games. I said, you know what? More people will probably want to watch it because they'll want to see you lose.
Yeah, when you lose, you want to see it. Yeah. If we was winners, no one would watch us.
No.
Because the data is even more.
Exactly.
Because for losers, I think people quite like us.
Exactly. So it's, I don't know, there's a massive opportunity there, I think. If you can do that, or whether it's just your home games, that'll probably be a better one. Just your home games, document it all. She might be doing it, I don't know. But she's very talented, but that might be the way to go, that, I think, with content.
Just found out a little bit about what people want, or ask the questions, what people want to see. And
so that's our honest review, Becca. Sorry if Dave was a bit harsh.
I'll still give it a 7.
As always, we'll be honest.
I'm honest
you
with you.
You can take it. Well, we said this to our kids, we're doing one-to-ones, aren't we?
Yeah.
We said, look, we didn't use the word crap, but if your kid's not there yet, we're not going to say, oh yeah, they're brilliant. We're going to tell them what they need to do to be better and how to improve. And you can either take that or leave it. But if you want them better, we'll be honest with you and we'll help you. But yeah,
but it's good. Keep up the good work, really, man. She's doing a good job, isn't she?
Oh,
promoting the sport.
Yeah, unbelievable.
I love it. Like I say, it might not be everyone else might have loved it. It might just be me that didn't.
Yeah.
Want. I don't know. She'll have to ask around, won't she? If she gets a bit of feedback, then I suppose this will help. You don't want to hear, oh yeah, it's fantastic. And then as soon as you turn the back, go, that's crap. I don't know what.
Yeah.
You want to hear all this feedback, don't you? Like I say, I'm sure people watch this and some hate.
Well, I've had feedback on this. So.
I know we used to get. Well, no one gives us feedback no more. No. I think the last one was Skipton, wasn't it? Skipton give us some feedback. Yeah, all them years ago. Then he's vanished now.
He's vanished.
So like I say, if people want to tell us we're crap, we'll probably agree with them anyway. Yeah. But we're there while people want us still, aren't we?
I think that's it, 'cause I need to get across. I've got to start one venue, then get to another, and it's 20 past, I think, mate. So
yeah, then Bev Town. Going to watch Bev Town tonight if anyone's around.
Bev Town. We've got about 3 or 4 players involved today, aren't we?
Yeah, we have playing.
It's weird. We're just saying. So step 5. Well, 2 or 3 seasons ago, to get a step 5 player, we're like, wow. Now it's like they're just coming out of our ears. I would just signed another one. Oh, Kit said, left-footed, 19-year-old.
Nah, it's not good. It's rubbish, mate. It's rubbish. He's ratted. No. Change the pads.
Well, I say left-footed. He's both-footed. He was using his left foot. I was like, mate, what are you foot? He went, I don't know. I just use.
He was good with both. He could strike it with either.
So, but yeah, we'll see how he goes again. Another footballer. But he's called Salubaric. So he's got some kind of, I don't know. He's put himself down as English, but...
Branzome.
He's got... no, it's not Branzome is, but he's not from Branzome or Gypsyville. I'm from Gypsyville, but yeah. We'll see. We'll see how he goes on Sunday, but we just need some legs in, don't we? So,
So if you're watching and you haven't responded, Bloomsbury, just drop us a text.
Mate, this will be Friday.
So if you haven't responded by Friday,
you half think they're gone, don't you?
They're gone.
He thinks they've gone.
I think you'll be gone after we trash them.
Oh, God, don't.
I'm not saying. Nah, we won't really. We'll take it steady on you.
Yeah. We'll play for a draw.
I'm playing on Sunday anyway.
All right, we're off. On that, see you later.